Robot trigger systems deactivated.
And then our nun steps out. She opens.
Hello. Welcome, Storm of Shadows. Missing path. Hello. Welcome, Phoenix Slayer. Missing path.
Hello? Hello? I think this is working. Just okay.
Hello. Welcome, Mr. Taco. Missing path.
Good. Exactly what I needed. All right, this should be okay. Let's see. Oh. Oh, it's my camera that's the issue. Oh. I see now. Oopsies. This one. Hold on. Oh, I think I see what's going on. It's this capture. Ah, yes, of course. Hold on. Everything seems to be working for once. Hold on, this is gonna be great. If I go here and I go science. Ah, yes, of course. Discard. Everything's fine.
My roost butthole.
Things are slowly going back to normal. All right, make sure this is okay. Make sure this is good. Oh my goodness, guys. Whew. I am freezing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is freaking snowing outside. How are we supposed to keep you hydrated? Well, that's something that we'll need to work towards again. We gotta fix it. We have a lot of fixing to do, but welcome to today's stream. Oh my goodness. I remember Hydro. Everyone remembers the Hydro. The BBC. I know, right? I had to put everything away. Yeah, such a sad time. We'll have to rechange things. We'll rejig things. We'll figure things out. But guys, welcome to today's stream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hello. Welcome, Barn Bunny.
Hey, Barn Bunny.
Path.
Oh my goodness. I definitely froze my ass off earlier. Holy sweet bazongas. I am frigid. You know, it's like how do I explain this? It's like you're cold to the bone. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. Also, I gotta figure out why my video quality is so bad. Hold on. The sharpness just isn't there. I'll need to figure that out. It's fine. It's fine. We'll fix it slowly. Fix it surely but slowly. But guys, I mean, quality isn't terrible. I see what you mean though. Yeah, you see what I mean? There's like a little bit of just blurriness when it should be crystal clear. I wonder if it's that. It might be the lighting actually. It should be a lot more sharp. Hold on. Checking, checking. It looks pretty sharp. Is it my camera?
Hello. Welcome, Clonite. Missing path.
It might be my camera. Figure it out. Hey, Klon, how's it going? Hey, Ipsala, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hello from YouTube. Hello from YouTube. YouTube land, we are here. Oh my god, please tell me you're wearing more layers. Yes, before stream started, I put on an extra layer. Just in case, because Klon, I was frozen, man.
Hello. Welcome, Bunny underscore. Missing path.
I was, oh my god, I was freezing out there. Feeling any better? I feel so much better. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm like cold down to the core. You know, like my bones are cold. That's what it feels like. You know? That's what it kind of feels like. My bones themselves are cold. Go make some hot cocoa and coffee or tea. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. What do I have upstairs? I have pita bread, eggs, bacon, and chicken. You need some tea or soup. I have oh my god! I can make beans! I can heat up some beans! Bacon and egg sandwich, no mayo. You mean mayo and bacon sandwich, right? Don't you dare say beans. And what did you say? It's the beans. The beans are there, you know. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The beans would work. You know, I might just do some beans. Let me get situated here. But yeah, guys, today's stream. Oh my goodness. Let me show you some really cool stuff. Kenny, do you have a favorite tea? You know, bubble tea. I'm not really a tea drinker per se. You know, I'm not really a tea drinker. Though I will say, why is my face so blown out? Hold on, let me fix this. Hold on, let me correction. Hold on, let me correct this. I will say though, the chai tea frap, vanilla chai frap from McDonald's. Oh, that's the good stuff. What if I turn off this light? Does that make things better for you guys? Does that make things more sharp? I'm using natural lighting today. Full natural lighting today. What if I turn it back on? Doesn't make a lick of difference, does it? Do you plan on adding a better TTV for on-screen chat? Yes, I am working on it. It's on my to-do list. Better with it off? It might just be settings. It might just be settings, to be honest. In all honesty, I'm just biding time for my body to warm up a little bit because I got some things to show you guys. Look at this. Can anyone tell me what this is? Humility. I didn't miss your sick burn, okay? I never felt it. I'm unburnable. You see this body here? Unburnable. Unburnable because I live in Canada. Can anyone tell me what this is? Freezable, that's for sure. Yes, that is a brain tumor. This is an MRI scan of a brain tumor. Pretty darn cool, right? Now, these ones are a lot more obvious, right?
Hello. Welcome.
Like,
Sunshine.
take a look at these
Shadow.
ones.
Missing path.
I will fix that later. Take a look at some of these. No beans, Kenny? What do you mean? I'm gonna go make beans right now. I'm gonna go microwave some beans right now. This is a brain tumor. Yeah, I know, pretty cool, right? These are all brain tumors. Some of these are associated with, let me get my worksheet out here. Some of these are associated with, and this is really cool too. Some of these are associated with brain tumors, cancer, and even metastasis cancer. Cancer that's derived elsewhere in the body that has traveled to the brain. Now, I want you guys to look at this one. This is another thing. So we're kind of stepping into this world of craziness right now, but can anyone tell me what this is? Anyone tell me what this is? That in the middle there is the thalamus of the brain. Yeah, this is another brain scan. But that's the thalamus of the brain. Yeah. Now, one of the things that I've been discovering as I was looking into everything here is this right here is a patient, a normal patient, okay? This patient does not experience anything abnormal or out of the ordinary, okay? This patient here does experience something, and I want to show you guys the difference of this. This is really, really cool, okay, guys? I want you guys to tell me the difference between these two. I want you guys to tell me the difference between these two brains. What do you guys see? Let me make them exactly the same size. What do you guys see between these two brains? More wibbly bits? Yep. More of the wiggly lines? Yep, that's absolutely correct. What else do you see? The gap between the black halves? Okay, yeah. Smaller, more constructed valves, and I assume. All right. Here is the next one. Let me just reorganize these so we kind of have them all in order for all of us, yeah? That way we can talk about this all together. Because this is a really, really cool thing, and you guys are going to discover something with me here. That's brain number 2. Can you guys tell me what is happening with this brain now? This is brain scan number 3. Can you tell me what's happening with this brain here? So this is the progression. This is stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 3. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. This is a dementia patient. This is what happens to your brain when you're experiencing dementia. Yeah. Upon looking into this further, I've started to realize that you can actually see early signs of dementia through someone's MRI, though it's very, 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 very faint. But you're able to detect what's happening based on brain scans. Now, here's the last one I want to show you guys. Actually, that's all. That's all. Yeah, MRI is pretty darn cool, right? So let me just reorganize this. I think I can make this better for everyone. A better viewing experience, where I don't have to hide in the corner when I'm speaking to you. Eh. 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 So, as you guys can probably tell, these are all brain scans of people with dementia. And I'm gonna make this a little lower so we can compare and contrast. Put this right here so we can compare and contrast. And that top one seems to be good. Okay. Yeah, pretty cool, right, guys? It's a pretty cool experience. Can you show us a healthy brain? Absolutely. Let me show you what a healthy brain looks like. This is what a healthy brain looks like. This is what a nice, healthy brain looks like. Is the top not healthy? The top is considered healthy, but look at the differences. And just so you guys know, this is in fact the same patient. Okay, this is in fact the exact same patient. Okay, at this point here, on the top one, you can say that this stage here is at a non-alarming stage. Yes, all four of these are the same patient. All four of these are the same patient. So this up here is the brain in a non-concerning state. But you can notice that this is the first stage right here where we start to see certain signs happening to the brain. Over here is a healthy brain. This is a completely healthy brain. Nothing wrong, no abnormalities. Everything's fine. And this is a brain when, at this point in time, this is when you are considered to have early onset dementia. And this down here is when you have full onset dementia. Isn't that insane to see? I've been looking into all this data that I've been collecting, and it's been fascinating. I've had people send me data out the wazoo, which is great. What is the time interval between each MRI? A couple of months to years? That I do not have. That's a great question, Boxy. I do not have the answer to that one because I did not ask for that, but I will ask for that next time. The wibbly, it's wibbly in different ways. It's very different in different ways, right? But the real question is, at what point could we detect something happening in the brain? At what point do we say, oh, this is early signs of dementia? Or early signs of, say, a brain tumor? Early signs of, say, I don't know, cancer. Right? That's the problem with our current studies. Right? And that's also the problem with our I wouldn't say our health system, but our human-based health system. Because if I put you in a room, right? I want you guys to try this because this is really, really important to you. I know you guys aren't doctors or anything, but I want you to study these really quickly, okay? Study this image. Study this image. Study this image and study this image. Okay? Remember these images as best you can. Okay, and this is what doctors experience as well. Doctors also have to understand, recognize, see patterns in this way. I'm going to show you guys a case here, and you guys tell me whether or not this person has dementia or not. Cool? Here is another patient, brand new patient. I want you guys to tell me. I'm going to turn these all off. Okay? You guys tell me, does this person experiencing dementia? Is this person experiencing dementia?
Hello. Welcome, Neil 1138.
Hey,
Missing
Neil.
path.
That's a lot of white matter. Hard to tell? Just starting to? Interesting. Not yet, but they're hinting at it. The butterfly is a little round in the middle. This patient is experiencing 0 abnormalities. This is considered a healthy brain.
Hello. Welcome, General Bunny's cat. Missing path.
Isn't that crazy? I know, right? The human brain is difficult to analyze. Hey, Nick. The human brain is absolutely difficult to analyze. But the cool thing that I've noticed, right, is as complex a brain is, the greatest weakness that we humans have is our perception of things. Because if I gave this to a machine that has learned from millions and millions of samples, they would be able to tell me that this brain is perfectly healthy. Isn't that crazy? And it's not because of anything else, it's simply because of the sample size I've given you guys as people. Right? You guys have one sample size to work off of. Totally not fair, right? And I mean, as time goes on, you're probably you're not gonna remember all the little minute details, right? It's insane. It's insane. I mean, if I give you one that's a little bit more obvious, you might be able to tell. Okay? You guys want to try again? I can give you guys one that's a little more obvious, and then you guys can work with it. But I think it's a fascinating field. Here we go. Here we go. This one will do. Can you guys tell me what's going on with this one? And this is a really cool like experiment, and just to see, you know. Hey Heidi, how's it going? You'd be a great teacher. Nick picks. I don't know about that. What do you think is happening in this brain? And don't forget that all of our brains are a little bit different, right? It seems like something is happening to this one. Kai, okay. That's a big butterfly. Contrast between lighter and darker areas sounds like a pretty easy job for an AI if it has enough samples. With enough samples, you can detect a lot of things. Absolutely nothing. This person unfortunately died of cancer. This was long ago. This is an old sample, but this person died of cancer. Yeah. I can show you too. Not absolutely nothing. Not absolutely nothing. I can show you something really, really cool. And this is the unfortunate truth of the matter. I'm gonna show you guys this, and this is the unfortunate truth of the matter. And I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not trying to like bring down the mood or anything like that. But I want to show you guys this. This is this patient's first scan ever. And I'm curious to see if an AI system could detect something wrong with this, because when they found out that they had brain cancer, this was what their brain looked like. By the time they discovered something happened, this is what their brain looked like. This is stage 4. This is terminal. At this point, there is no recovering from this. Yeah, I know it's extremely unfortunate, but that is the world we currently live in. We currently live in a world where, unfortunately, most of us catch things too late. Yeah. And this is their scan. This is their scan, guys, at the time of death. And I'm not showing you guys to make you guys sad or anything. This is now a learning opportunity. This is their brain at time of death. So, from the moment they detected it to the moment they passed away, that's it. That's all the changes left. So, what does this tell us? What does this tell us? It tells me 3 things. Okay, and this is why we're analyzing it today, which is it's fascinating. It tells me 3 things. It tells me 1, by the time people realize something's wrong, it's too late. Most times. It tells me number 2. According to what we've seen in our little experiment, it is difficult for humans to ascertain minute changes. Right? It is difficult. It's easier for us to recognize big pattern changes, like huge changes, and we can be like, that's completely wild. But for small things, that's tough. And 3, people forget things. Okay? People forget things. If I were to ask you guys right now what the first image I showed you guys on stream was, would you guys remember what it was? Let's go back, shall we? Just a quick little testy test, because I love tests. Because this is important. Which one of these images did I show you first? That's what I joined. Yeah, dementia for me. Yeah. Right, left, right one, but left one is healthy one is taken first. The right one, ooh, everyone's got alternating opinions. Left is a healthier one you showed after. Ipsalo, you're correct. This is a healthy brain. This is a healthy brain. This one I showed you first, but this is the healthy brain. So, this is the third problem I've noticed. And by talking with some doctors, and I had the privilege to talk to a couple of doctors about this, this happens all the time. This happens with x-rays, this happens with MRIs, this happens with CT scans. It happens all the time. And that's why a lot of doctors, a lot of good doctors, will always get second opinions. They'll always reach out to be like, hey, can I get a second look at this? Can I get a second opinion on this? And it's because we're people. And so when I proposed this new system of having a machine look at these, they were all for it. They're like, oh yeah, like it's almost like getting a second opinion to them, right? And if a second opinion is, informed, has a high degree of accuracy, and is reliable, then think about all the people that they could save. It's the difference between saying like, oh, you should go home and take an Advil, right? As opposed to, oh, you know what? Allow me to do further tests. And in the world of medicine, people don't do further testing unless something says otherwise. If there's zero evidence to support it, most people, most doctors, most people in the medical field don't do additional tests because those tests require resources. It's like going to the doctor and having him or her test everything in the known universe about you. That would take months to, if not years, for them, right? I would think it would take a year for them to do a full sweep of everything. And even then, it would probably be slower because there'd be other people doing a full sweep of themselves as well, right? So that's the problem, right? We as people in society just don't have unlimited resources and time to check everything. So we have to use evidential thinking to justify those tests. Even the best doctors know they're prone to falter. So the second opinions on a super stuck up with superiority, I think there's superiority complex. There's a lot that happens. I actually got the chance to speak to a female doctor. Oh, she's I'm so sorry, a female surgeon, and it was really interesting. We had like a 15-minute conversation. It was planned for 15 minutes, but it became like a 45-minute conversation about how opinions are formed in the medical field. And one of the things that she brought up was that there is not a superiority complex, but a seniority system. Those who are older and with more years of experience are in a senior position. And most of the time, their senior opinion is never questioned. Right? It's not the case of them being like, I'm right all the time. It's just that they're never questioned. And that's the problem, right? It's a very strange system we have. It's working to a certain degree, but it is a very strange system. And a lot of the times, these higher up opinions, they don't get double checked. They don't, right? They're considered the answers that we're searching for. And I think that's like in our day-to-day life, totally great. My goal is to give everyone more tools to use. That's why I'm trying to do this. And this is why this one hits close to home to me, because like now that I'm seeing all these patients, I see all like, I don't see names or anything. I just see information about like what happened to them, or like when was this detected, when the scans took place. I don't have all the scan information, but like I have like the time of deaths. So that's very interesting indeed. They need a second person. It's faster than having to seek out a college for it. Yeah, exactly. I love how YouTube didn't show me that you were live until I looked at my subscriptions. Oh no, advanced tech. Oh, I'll need to figure out a new system for that too. How can we tell which specific slice we're looking at? Yes, MRIs are very interesting too because they're all specific slices. This data set is it's all categorized, which is really nice. Medicine doesn't test unless reason to. Yeah. AI would be keep testing until there's reason not to. Well, you think about it this way. AI, I know a lot of people are afraid of AI, so I get it. But think of AI as like a Google search. You know, a way for people to get a second opinion, to learn more, if you will. Yeah. It's equivalent of going in because of one thing and then not being able to be valued for everything. A doctor doesn't know everything. Yeah, doctors don't know everything. They know a lot, and a lot more than me. Fully admit it, but they don't know everything, and that's okay. You know? No, it's working for some because when you do question, quote, higher up people, it does not matter who it is they are, and to whoever it is, even if you are a patient and you are right. See, I actually there's a professor I got a chance to email with, and I took the same question that I was talking to this female surgeon with, and I was asking about how final decisions were made, and he shone some light on that situation as well over the weekend. Which, by the way, thank you so much for that. One of the things that happens in the medical field is that there are too many people looking for an opinion. There are too many people looking for an opinion. And people also have opinion biases. He had mentioned when he was still practicing, he's a professor now, but he used to practice, that he would have emails and messages and notes of people requesting him to look at things throughout the day, and he is unable to accommodate them all. He is unable to just the time restraint of a human being, 24 hours in a single day, right? And he's unable to accommodate them all. And he admits it as well. And I'm not gonna use names here, but he admitted it as well. He's like, some things you have to just glaze over quickly, right? You have to make decisions quickly because you're out of time, right? You have to look for the obvious signs first and tackle them first. And it's simply a matter of time restraint, you know? I thought that was very interesting because when you look at these kind of these images of the brain, it's very like you glance at it, you can't just spend 15 minutes of your day looking at each intervenial line and wiggle, if you will. And I thought about it and I was like, I see, I understand. And that is just the human side of us, right? As society, we're human, you know. And even when you give people results or answers, many of them do not accept it because they think something else is wrong. And you know what? It's not to say that they're right or wrong, right? It's just they were given an answer and it was not something that they wanted. It didn't match up with whatever they were thinking in their head, you know. So many things happen, and I think that we need to develop a way for people to get. It's almost like a. I know this is gonna sound strange, but think of like a. Do you remember what Ask Jeeves is? For those of you who used to go to school. Back in the 2000, Ask Jeeves. Hey, Becca Boo. Yeah, Ask Jeeves. We almost need an Ask Jeeves for the medical field. You know, an Ask Evie system where like people can send in their scans, and I mean, not everyone has access to an MRI machine. So that's probably the first problem. But a place where people can send in scans, results, and have a second opinion. You know, that's what I was thinking about, anyways. So I was like, how do we build something like that? And obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is just like integrate it into Evie. That's like the easiest system right now, right? So I was like, okay, so having a system that looks at MRI scans, cross-references it with a big database, and the cool thing is that I'm only dealing with databases with known results. Okay? I'm only dealing with databases of people with known results. And unfortunately, I think 99% of my database has passed on. But, you know, knowing that allows us to surmise their development. You know, the human body is so complex and things happen all the time, but there's always patterns that we can do. Right? That's what science is all about. Recognizing these patterns. Right? Having two things correlate to each other, and then working a theory off of that. So yeah, that's one of the things that we will be testing with, and I thought it was really interesting. Like, just looking at some of these samples, guys, I'm like blown away. Like, this is, let me see here. Let me get another one here. Like I even have, oh my god, look at this one. Do you guys know what this one is? Okay, first let me get you guys this one. What do you guys see wrong with this image? What is wrong with this image that you guys can like guesstimate? Because it's not only dementia that we can look at. We can look at a whole slew of things, guys. Look at this. What's wrong with this brain? It'd be great even if they said, oh, you need to come back in like 6 months and a year to check on things again. That sounds better than what I've been told lately. I agree. I think that should be the case. I think more data, more readily available scans are important. You know, we have to keep on checking up on things. Or having someone who's willing to explain plainly what your results mean. You know what, Becca? That's a good idea. Let me write that down. Explain results more clearly. Okay, I will add that to the system. Andy, what platform / board are you working on? Like, is it a Raspberry Pi or a Jetson Nano? I'm actually just working off my PC, Andy. But most of the boards that I use for like little things, like little robots and stuff, are all done on a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I have a Raspberry Pi 4 Plus. Let's see. This is great for someone who's proactive and could be there for someone. Yeah, exactly. It's not just like I would love to have a system where people can periodically check in on things, you know? And it's so funny because we live in such an interconnected world, guys, that a part of me would love, and I know that we're gonna get to this brain in just a second here. And this is an idea from the female surgeon that I talked to, so thank you so much. Again, I'm not naming names because people want to stay private, and that's perfectly fine. But she had mentioned, she's like, it would be really, really cool if we had the collective hive mind of every surgeon on the planet help you. I know, right? Do you guys know what CAPTCHAs are? You guys ever go to a website and they're like, oh, click on the bus, click on the B, click on this, click on this. You ever get those CAPTCHAs? What you don't know is those CAPTCHAs are being used by AI systems to detect things. Those CAPTCHAs buses and street signs, it's you training an AI system to detect that for automated learning. Automated driving cars, AI driving cars. Looking at people, crosswalks, AI driving cars. Bees and animals, that's for pesticide companies to determine what's happening to their crops. It's all being used for AI development, AI learning. But it's using the collective hive mind of people to teach an AI. And I thought one of the cool things, right, is that as the world of medicine evolves, right, I hope that, and this is a great idea by her, that we can develop something that could use the collective hive mind of doctors. You know, doctors and surgeons have such little time in their day-to-day life to deal with, you know, like every scan. But what if we could use those in training to start teaching systems? Imagine having a school system that not only teaches the students, but also teaches an AI. I think that'd be wonderful. I think that'd be super cool. Anyways, I digress. That's one of the things that I was like, I should look into that. Let's talk about this brain, shall we? Let me talk about this brain. Some of these I got from an archive at Massacre. Some of these I got from the archive, and some of these I got from an MRI company. So they hose and shared like MRI scans and CT scans. So pretty cool stuff. So this brain here is a healthy brain. This is the top half of a healthy brain. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing is, like happening with it. Yeah, nothing's wrong with it. Yeah, this is a healthy brain. That's why Teslas crash into them. We prove we're not robots by teaching robots. Exactly, Upsalo. Yeah. It looked kind of too fuzzy. It could have been from them moving. It could have been from a different scanning tool. This is a different one. So let me show you. This brain had an issue. Let me get you guys here. There we go. This one is the one with the issue. What do you see here? The cool thing about this sample is that this one was taken 3 weeks after that first one. 3 weeks. There's a tumor on the right hand side, or on screen right. There's a tumor. Exactly. It's a glioma tumor. 3 weeks afterwards. The real question is, if we are able, let me just if we are able to look at this image here and look and see if we can detect the early workings of that tumor. Can you guys detect the early warnings of that tumor? What do you see in this image that would correspond to the early workings of a tumor? Because when this was first detected, guys, this was first taken, this was said to have 0 problems. This was said to have no issues at all. Isn't that crazy? I thought it was, when you look in retrospect, right? When you look in hindsight here, and hindsight is 2020, you can see that white spot there. Glioma. You can see, can't you? I can see that white spot. Isn't that insane? And let me jump back to the tumor one. I can already see that white spot developing. Isn't that fascinating? It's less crazy when you look at all these brain images as non-doctors. Yeah, because a doctor, and I'm assuming several doctors, saw that first image and said nothing's wrong with it. Right? In retrospect, it's like I couldn't even imagine what it's like to be a doctor and make these judgment calls. And then 3 weeks later, your patient comes back looking like this. Like, could you imagine what that feels like? In a weird way, I know a lot of us may have like bad experiences with doctors, but again, looking at it from both sides of the argument, I feel a little bad, I feel a little bit heartbroken to know that doctors have to go through these moments where they're like, that looks healthy. 3 weeks later, I fucked up, and your loved one is dead because of me. So a part of me has sympathy for doctors and surgeons in that regard, because it's a tough field. It is a tough field. And even so, when you're a doctor and you have to go out and you ask other people, you're like, hey, like, what's wrong with this brain? What do you think is wrong with this? What is your opinion on this? If all your colleagues say the exact same thing, well, you're like, okay, well, I guess there's nothing wrong, right? It's such a crazy thing. And like, I've definitely noticed that there are doctors don't use WebMD. When you're a surgeon and you're at the top of the game, the only other people you can rely on are other people at that same level. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, if you're a student, you have the world is your oyster. You can learn from everyone. But when you're at the top of the game, you're like, who do you talk to? What tools do you use? It's been an incredible journey for me to learn. I'm watching dramas like Chicago Med. I was like, I should have seen it. Oh no, not the Grey's Anatomy. Doctors always say that nothing is wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. As a doctor, I feel like you saw something completely fine. You feel bad about asking your opinion on something that appears completely fine. Yes, Becca, that is 100% true. I'm not a doctor, but from the ones I've spoken with, sometimes you don't ask for second opinions because you are seen as the superior, not superior, but the senior in this situation. Sometimes you don't ask for a second opinion because when people need a second opinion, it's you they come to. You know what I mean? Like, you're the second opinion that people come to. You know, you're the one who's supposed to know these things. And when you ask others, it could be seen as you don't know. And in the world of like knowledge, that is it's scary. Picture this. You go to a doctor and the doctor says, "Let me ask a better doctor on their opinion." Wouldn't you be nervous? If your doctor was like, "Let me go ask a better doctor." That does not bode confidence. You know? Let me go ask my colleague. Oh, does that mean my doctor doesn't really know what he's doing? Like, what the heck? These are the things that humans have to deal with, you know? And so I completely understand. The consensus is that if within a field, 50% of your peers agree with the same information, that is deemed your actions are correct. Neil? I agree. They don't use WebMD in front of you, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't look it up, look at it sometimes. You know, Kai, they would probably look up medical journals before WebMD, but I think they would look at something for sure. Well, they still use Google, I'm sure. They don't stoop down to the WebMD level. Yeah, 100%. They still use Google. Google's still a tool, right? Let's see. Not Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Matter. I see myself. I'll see my. Yeah. Okay. Get out of here. The massacre starts. Let's see. But you would visit a website that never updated, or one that. But would you visit a website that never updated, or one that updates frequently? That's one of the things, actually. That's one of the things. I would trust a doctor in the modern day age if a doctor said, "Look, I don't know what's going on here, but let me Google and let me research this for you. Let me figure out what's going on. Let me use the latest and greatest technology in journals and modern science, up-to-date results and lab tests to get you your answers." I would trust that doctor more than I would trust a senior doctor who says, "I know everything." You know what I mean? The doctor who knows everything, I think they know a lot, but I'm pretty sure they don't know everything. I'm pretty sure. And like every day there's a new study and labs and test results coming out. New methods coming out every single day. You tell me you know all that? I doubt it, you know? No. I always trust somebody saying I don't know the answer over nothing's wrong. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That is wild because you're literally lonely at the top. It's just, you don't know everything because you're still human. Exactly, we're all still human. Let me ask someone else if they agree with me. My best doctors are the ones who've opened up Google to look up medical condition. 100%. Mine too. If my doctor asks to see another doctor for the opinion, I personally think I'm screwed. Oh, Nick. Nick picks. No, if a doctor ever comes up to you and they're like looking at something and I get your charts and they're like, "Huh, that's interesting," then you're screwed. Then start whipping out the will. Then you're rude. Let's see. Heidi, this has been incredibly cool. I'm subscribing right now. Oh, Heidi, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, subscribe. You know, I try to do live streams. I'm trying to do more live streams on YouTube here, but yeah, there's gonna be more videos on like how this develops and how we're probably gonna test the system. Right now, as I'm speaking, Evie's doing training on a new model. So on Friday's stream, we're probably gonna test this system out. I've got 16 hours left on this training, so it's gonna be a wonderful. You have subscribed. I think there's a huge difference between those who are just now experiencing problems to those who have experienced chronic issues for a long time. You know, I think, ow. I think everyone has problems. But also, everyone just wants answers. You know? The scariest thing in life is not knowing. And I think everyone deserves an answer. It might not be the one they want, might not be the one they need, but it's something, right? And unfortunately, some answers are wrong. Not everyone's right. They mostly use the Cochrane Library to search peer-reviewed databases. What? Wait, when you said Cochrane Library, I also have a Cochrane Library here in Alberta. It's a town called Cochrane. I would trust anyone who says that does that. Anyone invested is trustworthy, right? I agree. I went to the emergency room once and I heard the doctors say this to students after seeing and hearing all about my symptoms. Let's go Google this. That doctor, keep him. Keep that doctor. Doctors are humans too, right? That's the cool part. And I think when I'm developing this, I want to keep that in mind. And I know a lot of times we have fun on this stream, and I know a lot of times we goof off about things, but when we're making these sort of systems and trying to build something to help people, we got to keep someone in mind, and as much as this on the outside seems like it's for patients, I really, really want to focus this down for doctors. I really want to keep them in mind for this one. And usually I focus on patients, but for this specific thing, I think I really want to focus down on doctors. How do we make this system usable for doctors? How do we make it not as intrusive? How do we make it as a resource for them? How do we make it as a tool for them to use that's something easy for them to review? How do we make it so that even for malpractice insurance, what if a doctor says you're perfectly fine and 3 weeks later you're in your deathbed, right? How does a doctor prove that they looked at these results and they think this is fine, right? If a system was like, yeah, there's like a 3% chance that something is wrong here, well, 3% is very, very small, right? So it gives them almost like peace of mind, because I can only imagine what it'd be like for a doctor to say you're fine and then go home and sleep and then wake up the next day and then they're not fine. That would be horrendous, the worst experience in life, right? And they carry this responsibility. But however, if I had a system where I can go home and it was like I uploaded an image and the image was, and the thing spat back like, oh, most of this looks fine, but this little white area, oopsies, wrong image. It would be like amazing if it came back and was like, everything looks fine except for this little white area that has like a 7% chance based on past results to be a problem. I'd be like, oh my god, you're okay, you know what, let me look into this further, let me follow up on the patient in the next couple days here, let me look into that. I think that would be really cool. So I'm trying to keep them in mind. I can only tackle one thing at a time. We'll start with the doctors and then we'll work our way to the patients. Yeah, exactly, Becca. Sometimes everyone's got something going on, and sometimes you just need to drink some water, have some food. Oh, I was gonna make beans. Oh, I forgot about microwaving my beans. I might, yeah, you know what? Let me go microwave my beans. Let me show you guys some other cool results that I found. We goof a lot, but this is super interesting as well. I know, right? I like these moments too. We have let me. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, at this point, it's Jover. Look at, oh no. It's that's a tough one to look at. Let's see. This one is a meningioma tumor. This looks like an after death shot. This is after death. This is post-mortem. Post-mortem. So this is after they've deceased. And you know what the hard part is, too? By the time it goes wrong, that's only when they start performing these really, really intricate tests. And that's only when you see these things, because it's not like these things are visible, right? Like here, look at this one. Why would you do a brain scan unless you saw something? This one right here is a prime example of when you see something on the exterior of the brain. This is the same, not the same person, sorry, but the same type of tumor, but it also bulges away from the scalp. Yeah, so things like this, when you're like, oh, you're faced with these sort of results, like someone comes in and they have a giant lump on their head, the first thing you do is an MRI. You know what I mean? The first thing you do is an MRI. These are obvious, where you come in, you're like, oh, that's not right. But I don't even know. Like, I look at myself and I'm like, what if I've got like a brain tumor in there somewhere and I just don't know? You know what I mean? So it's these kind of like what if I have like, I'm not trying to scare anyone. Don't get scared. These are all like very, like, these are all interesting points here. But look at this one. This one, let me see if I can pull the results for this guy. Interesting. Patient came in and they lost vision. Interesting. Yeah. This one, this person lost vision and then they came in. So like you can see like this has developed for so long there that only when they had external issues through their senses that they came in for something. The median line of the brain is off center. Is that normal? That is not normal. It is the tumor, and this scan, like an MRI scans by levels like this, right? It's like slices, right? So in this slice, we only see it at the very bottom there. But if we continue the slices, we'll probably see that this thing is deeper and far larger and probably engrossed into the brain cavity, and is probably pushing the brain to rotate the brain. That's probably what's happening, that we just can't see it at this angle because this is one slice, right? Let me see here. Let me find it. Oh, this one's very interesting. This one's very interesting, guys. Autism. Again, not to scare anyone, but this person had autism. Diagnosed autism. Now, I'm not to say like autism is some sort of like brain disorder, right? But what their symptoms presented as autism was actually a brain tumor. This is a where is it? Hold on. Let me grab this information. Oh, that's a different scan level. Oh, this is actually cool to see too. We can take a look at this too. This one presented as autism. It affected their brain. It affected how they perceived things and how they thought. And it was really interesting because, like, and again, not to scare anyone, it was really interesting because this tumor didn't affect this person for years. Like, years. And it was only when they had like physical like malfunction. So it, in this case, their motor senses were all being affected and janky. Is when this tumor really presented itself, and then they did an MRI. Isn't that crazy? So it like, unless there's something that like actually alters what people see on the outside, it's very difficult for someone to be like, give me an MRI scan, you know, like, why do they need to do the scan? I don't know. I don't have the information. Let me see if I can get, let me show you this. This is it from a, oh, this is a different one. I can show you guys this one. This is the same results. This is from a different view, which is cool too. God, these images are humongous. Humongous. This person also had their symptoms present as Alzheimer's, not Alzheimer's, autism. Same symptoms, but something was wrong. It's on the bottom. It's that lobe right in the middle there. Isn't that cool? I thought that was fascinating. Fascinating. ADHD and autism are often comorbid, and ADHD is very much a brain funky thing. Not that I know that it looked like in the brain. Yeah, I would be interesting. This is the front. This is a front view. Yes, I think it's front view. It might be rear view. I can't really tell. But yeah, that's these are like some of those things that I just like, you never really know. Oh god. Interesting. Either way, it's head on. Yeah. Either way, it's head on. But yeah, my main point is that sometimes you don't get scans because you have no symptoms. You know, and symptoms sometimes mask as other things. So at what point do we tell someone, for example, to go get a scan? Because even if I build this EV system, guys, there is an underlying issue. It does not work unless there are scans. This protocol, which by the way, I'm naming Pinky in the Brain, the Pinky in the Brain protocol. This protocol does not work unless they go and get an MRI. So there's a twofold to the system. The one fold is that they need to go get an MRI. So we need one system to be like, you should go get an MRI. And then the second part of the system is to be like, this is what your MRI says. It needs both. It needs both, right? Oh yeah, Kenny, I meant to ask you, what kind of info do you want along with medical scans? Yeah, like what doctors said about it. So what your diagnosis was, even your prognosis, what that was, things like any updates that you may have, what the result was, your symptoms, so how you felt, what happened to you metaphysically, not metaphysically, what happened to you physically, like underlying symptoms that can be visible. I'd like to see things like how you felt over the coming days, personality changes, anything like that. Behavioral changes, make a note of those. Yeah, a bunch of little things. Like whatever you can give me. And while the inch rests, I'm gonna get some sleep. Good night, Klon. See you later. Pinky in the brain. Pinky in the brain. One is a pinky, the other's a brain. The laboratory brains. The pinky in the brain. Does that mean it's finally gonna take over the world? No, not yet, Advanced Tech. Not yet. You're safe for now. For now. For now. See y'all in the VOD. See you later, Claude. I'm the type who doesn't go until I'm feeling like I'm gonna die. Becca, you're a strong, independent woman. I know the feeling. I know exactly the feeling. I don't go to the hospital until I'm crawling in there. Unless I'm crawling to the hospital, I'm like, no sir, I just walk it off. That's not how the song goes. Matt, you sing me the song then. Where do you start with a project like this? Great question, Andy. Great question. For anyone who's aspiring to work with anything, to like build any sort of system like this, it's quite simple actually. Step number 1, identify the problem. And identifying the problem could be anything from like going out to getting primary research, talking to people, understanding that there's an issue, what the issue actually is, the underlying issue, and then building a hypothesis around it. My current hypothesis is that a machine can detect problems in a brain if it was given the MRI scans of that brain. And it can search for potential problems as well. That's my current working hypothesis. Once you have a hypothesis, well, then you start figuring out how to get there. How do you get to your minimum viable product? For me, in this case, I'm going to be working with, deep learning models, AI machine learning. So I need a couple things: samples, data, and a basic framework. In this case, I'm using like a pre-made neural network that identifies images as my starting point, right? Once I have those things, then I can reiterate and refine, reiterate and refine, reiterate and refine. But the key thing is to keep in mind who your end user is, like what results are going to come out, like what's your input and outputs, right, for the end user, and what the objective of the output is. Is it to highlight something that's happening to someone? Is it to provide additional information? Is it to give a guesstimate of something that's happening? Is it to do a long-term projection? Is it to gather information? These little things you have to decide for yourself. And once you have that kind of system working, then you can reiterate and refine, reiterate and refine, reiterate and refine. But Andy, if you're looking at neural networks and machine learning, I highly recommend, and they're wonderful by the way, TensorFlow. TensorFlow has great documentation. It's got like beginning learning models and how you can build your own neural networks. Work with that. Begin with just doing like a simple detect colors or identify certain things. They have tons of like beginner little courses, and it's completely free, by the way. Go there, check it out. A lot of my stuff is done with TensorFlow as well, so great resource for you to start with. I was walking like an old lady before I got the CT scan, and then just sent me home and I'm in pain for 3 more days. God damn, Becca. God, not the old lady, not the granny walk. That was my wife before I found her a good doctor. A good doctor makes all the difference. If you're the type to go, let's see, if you're the type to put off medical attention, then that's why some diagnoses end up too late. I agree, Massacre. Yeah, I agree. Klon, I find that most problems I have are usually just solvable internally. You just like healing. You just heal yourself. Have you taken Evie out for a date yet with the bread bot? Absolutely not. I'll come back in a month and tell you how it goes. Andy, let me know how it goes. If you like, you can always join the Discord too. We have tons of great people in the Discord. Matthias, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Matthias, since you're new here, I need to borrow you for a second. Matthias, I need to borrow your eyes. There's a Discord? Becca? Becca? I thought we went through this. Matthias, are you still here? Can I borrow your eyes? Okay, nobody else say anything about this. Okay, I need to borrow fresh eyes. I need young, fresh eyes, Matthias. Okay. What do you think is wrong with this brain? What do you think is wrong with this brain, if anything? Do you see anything wrong with it? No Discord error 404? The middle part? I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, doctors said that nothing is wrong with this brain. But if you were just looking at it objectively, what do you think could be wrong with it? Just, you can spitball anything you like. Like you can even describe what you see. I would just love to see what people thought. Hey Zen! My mom's doctor always told mom there's nothing wrong with her back. Turns out she has a back thing and she was born with it, and 2 herniated spinal discs have been slid out of place. Oh my god. I have no idea. Interesting with this. Okay. Is the activity towards the middle? Let me show you. This is a brain, and this is the end result of what happened to this brain. That tiny little white part on the right hand side grew into a tumor. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, isn't that insane? And the crazy part is I'm trying to work on developing a system in to detect this problem.
Hello, welcome, Zen. Missing path.
Oh god. I'm trying to develop a system here to have it look at this preliminary scan and tell me that something could be wrong. That's going to be the interesting part. Working on it right now. Boxy, gotta head to bed. Long day tomorrow. Currently instantly stream. Enjoy yourselves. Boxy, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a good night. Let's see. The middle is an H. It seems to run on some form of electricity. Let me see. Ooh, what's this? Let me look at some of these ones. Like even looking at some of this one, oh man, let me crack open one of these for you. Sorry, I'm just looking through this database real quick here. Yeah. All right, check a look at this. This is really cool too. This one. This patient here. This patient here is suffering from something. Can anyone tell me what this looks like right now? This patient is actually suffering something. Lack of oxygen to the brain. It looks like a picture of a brain. It looks like fluid. Wasn't this the dementia? This patient does not have dementia. This patient does not have dementia. But they do have something else going on. Is this patient dead? This patient is... actually, let me double check that. This was taken 2 months prior to death. This was taken 2 months prior to death. It was nice, my dude. Thanks for all the tips. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Andy. I'll see you in a month. Yeah. Let me show you what happened to this patient in 2 months. This is a brain suffering from advanced tech. You got it. Alzheimer's. This is a brain suffering from Alzheimer's. This is the Alzheimer's 2 months later. Yeah. Imbalances in the brain, deterioration. Damn. This person passed away not just because of their Alzheimer's, but because of other complications. But this was their Alzheimer's progression through the brain. So yeah, neural pathways, everything is falling apart. There's imbalances in the brain now. You can tell because like the left and right lobes they're not there's very much a lot of difference going on here. Intervenial growth between the lobes. Yeah, it is crazy. So this also tells me that if this system it gets up and running in the next couple of months here, we could be looking at a multi-phase system that detects dementia, Alzheimer's, tumors, and maybe even cancerous cells. Yeah, that's the goal. You know, that's one of the goals here. Interesting work you have. Well, this is part of the process, you know. I I wanted to share this with you guys because a lot of the times we don't get the opportunity to see like the data behind things. A lot of the times it looks like on this stream things just happen. You know, things just like magically appear. You know, things are just magically detected. Right? And that's one of the things that I want to like demystify. And that involves showing you a part of the process of how like someone develops a system to detect these things in people. And you know, stage one, or not even stage one, stage two of this whole process is looking at the data, looking at the information we have, looking at samples, and starting to teach machines to look out for those early onset things. Even when it comes to things like gesture detection, eye facial detection, all these little things that are seemingly very, very simple can be very complex. If you look at eye detection, it's very complex because what if you blink? You know, in the frame that it took a picture of your eye, is it the same eye? Is it a different eye? What if you're tired? What if you have like lazy eyelids? What if you got lashes in your eyes? What if, you know, like something was wrong with your vision? Your eyes were not dilating properly. All these little things play a part in this whole thing. We have to start taking account for them. But one of the more important parts of this whole thing is to really, really be specific about what we're trying to do. You know, it's impossible to have a system that detects everything. You know, a system can't look for everything just as much as like a doctor can't remember everything, or a doctor can't, you know, like be perfect in every way. A system is also limited by the information we give it. So we have to be very selective as engineers to be like, this is what we want it to do. This is the intended output, right? Or sorry, not the intended output, the intended function of this project. And we need its output to be a very specific output type in order to present information to people. And so one of the steps is to obviously look through all these samples and really determine how we're going to analyze and simplify the process so that we have a starting point. Because we can tackle tumors, dementia, you know, Alzheimer's, cancer. We can tackle all of them all at once, but we won't ever get anywhere. And so I'm showing you this information so that we can kind of like be like, what is the root problem, and what's the one thing that we need to start with in order to get the project going. Kenny, can you give us two pictures, one Alzheimer's, one dementia, so we can guess? Okay. You want Alzheimer's versus dementia? Okay. Okay. Let me delete all this. We're gonna start from scratch here. Alzheimer's versus dementia. This is a cool test for you too, because now you guys have seen a lot of this. Let me grab 2 samples. That's okay. These two should work. Sorry, I'm just reading as fast as I can here. Okay. I would like you guys to test your current knowledge databases. Gotta grab this one. Okay. One of these images is dementia, and one of these is, oh sorry, one of these is early onset dementia, and one of these is Alzheimer's. Here you go. First sample. Second sample. Begin. Analyze. Analyze. Very peculiar. Very interesting to see. Let's see. It's like saying a runny nose is a symptom of a cold or a flu, right? A wizard? I'm a wizard, Harry. Is there a visual representation of Evie's processes? You know what, Massacre? I didn't think of putting one in, but for a Friday stream, I can put one together. I can see if I can put one together for you. I normally don't need one. Like, it's only for a stream that I would ever build something like that. You have your general practitioner who knows a little bit of a lot and refer to one. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. Flare images. Sorry. No. If possible, I like Alzheimer's dementia next to each other. Both pre-escalation and post-escalation. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have enough samples. I need to look for one. I have a lot of samples to go through. Right is Alzheimer's? You guys think this is Alzheimer's? My guess is second is Alzheimer's. Is this early onset Alzheimer's or late? This is I don't know. No information on that. No information. The tunes are nice. Thank you. It's the chill days today. Yes, so this one over here is Alzheimer's. And this over here is early onset dementia. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Sticking to my guess, but it's nothing more than a bit of an educated guess. You know, I think it's like educated guess and also pattern recognition, you know? The butterfly development. It's the butterfly effect. Let me go get my beans. Everyone hang on. Let me get some beans real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna go grab. One sec, everybody. Everyone be chill. Perfect. All right. I slipped on my beans. The whole guys, there's a snowstorm outside right now, and I haven't had time to go get groceries. So, cracking into the emergency the beans, okay? I got baked honey beans. Did you guys know how to open a can of beans? Do you guys know how to open a can of beans? Oh my god, let me show you guys. Don't forget to hydrate, Ken. You're right. You're on. We're taking a little eat break. 6-minute eat break. Who here opens their can like this? Who here opens their cans like this? Matthias, yeah. Who here does that? I have learned that the can opener, I only learned this like 4 days ago, so I learned that the can opener goes like this. Nobody told me. No, I've been eating beans the entire. Nobody told me. The can opener goes like this. I've been literally doing the other way for 27. I've been literally doing that for 30 years. I have. Let me show you this. Ha! You're old. Ha! Ha! You didn't have to say it like that. Hold on, let me show you guys. Let me show you this. Stream tangent. Stream tangent. Get your ass out here. Oh god. Oh, why is it so tight? What the heck? Who does it like this? Oh, oh, here we go. Allow me to show you guys. Yep, just gonna balance that right there. Oh. Can of beans on a wheelie chair. Eh. Just like that. You puncture it. And then you go to town. Now watch, this is a super important part, okay? Super important. Look, when you lift it, the lid comes with the can opener. Nani? You don't have to touch anything. Nope, nobody told me that. I was not informed of this fact. I was not informed of this fact. Is this clean? Yeah, it should be okay. There you go, guys. Ah. Are you gonna heat it up? Ah, shit, I forgot that I gotta heat this sucker up. I was just gonna eat it as is. I got some pita bread here, some week old pita bread. That's gonna be some great bean content. I'm sorry, give me a break. This is on sale. Oh. Mm-hmm. A little dry, but not bad. Wait, what do you mean? Go heat it up? It's fine, guys. Mmm. Do you feel like a gremlin eating your cold beans? Alright, fine. I'll heat up my beans. Everyone, I'll heat up my beans. Okay, okay. Okay. Let it microwave. Let it microwave for a minute and a half. Mmm. Damn, I was here for the chaos car. This music is bopping though. It was making my tum tum queasy? Really? You guys don't like beans? Ah. Oh. Not pita be really dry. Got some dry pita. Okay, my beans should be done now.
Don't know play, shoot balloons, stay detached in my bag. They should give me a degree, cause I'm always in the lab. I might mess with Raina. Okay. You can betcha when I play her for a day, it's gonna be the meta. If I let her, had to get on raise. She amazed, got me dazed. She a radiant, she's a baddie on split, so I might need a dip. They expect me to hit with the perfect flick to the wrist, like some magician, never missing. No, stop playing jet. They really thought that I left.
Oh.
I know she's at the top.
What are we listening to? What the heck am I listening to? All right. Okay. Are you guys happy now? Haven't tried beans? Matthias. Lo-Fi Girl has Halloween music playing. Put on Lo-Fi Girl? Okay. Lo-Fi Girl Halloween. Yeah, we're gonna hang out for a little bit, guys. Today was a cold day. I'm not sure if you guys saw earlier, but it was a really cold day. I like Lo-Fi Boy. I'm not happy. Wait, no, I'm not happy now. You ruined the chaos. Bring it back. Kai, you want chaos? Let me show you chaos. Let me show you chaos. Some people just can't be satisfied. Some people just can't be satisfied, can they? Some people just can't be sad. Yeah, yes, some people just can't be sad. Content. Oh. Mmm. Oh, really yummy. Mmm. Where's the hot sauce? Wait, I haven't left my Pokemon onesie in 3 days. It's so cold. Oh my god, it's so cold outside. Mmm. You missed it earlier? When I was freezing outside. Mmm. Wait, better than cold? Honestly? Yeah, you guys are right. Hmm. 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 What's the temp there? Feels, let's see. Not Calgary parking. Hold on. Calgary weather. It is currently -8 degrees Celsius. Feels like -15. Interesting. Same brain cell. Oh, that one says -12. Okay, we'll average it out. F? Alright, what does that mean? Oh, you want freedom units. Sorry, let me get you some freedom units. 18 degrees. Freedom units. America. Man, this pita is old. I swear I'm the only States person here. Wait, where's everyone from? No, there's other people from the States here. Right? Netherlands, whoop whoop. Look, Kai. Kai's another freedom unit user. Wait. Matthias? Greenland? Wait. Hold on. Is Greenland the one that is icy? And Iceland is the one that's greeny? Yeah. Oh, nice. My geograph is really smart. Antarctica here. Get the heck out of here, Massacre. Massacre, you can say you're on Mars. Massacre actually lives in the south, not like laterally along the poles. I mean, like, you ever heard of heaven and hell? Wait, y'all from Earth? Y'all, okay. First things first. The question isn't where you're from. The bigger question is, where would you rather be? There are two places I'd rather go right now. One, Nova Scotia. I hear they have the best donair. Number two, Japan. Whoa. Japan? Florida, Japan? Easy question. Now, damn it. Now I'm get some beans, Barn Bunny. Beans. The more you eat, the more you program. Japan or Germany? Oh my god. I heard that Japan has empty houses, abandoned houses for sale. Have you guys heard of that? I kind of want to buy one, but I need to be a Japanese citizen. Oh, you don't have any? Oh, you can have some of my beans. Doesn't Japan have a lot of earthquakes? I'd rather have earthquakes than I would blizzards of like 4 feet of snow. Wife is making spicy chicken grilled cheese sandwiches. Wife is making spicy chicken grilled sandwiches. Wow. If I could live in Edinburgh for a gap year. Germany for the Autobahn? The Autobahn's pretty sick. Yes, in like small villages. I know Japan, right? It'd be so cool to live in Japan. Oh my god, Becca. Bite a slice of this pizza that's a little bit stale. Is that green? It's okay. It's fine. Anyways, Becca. Oh my god. If I buy the slice of this remaining piece of pita. My dream one day is to own an entire cul-de-sac. Oh my god. How cool would that be? Does anyone else have a dream like that? To own an entire cul-de-sac and you just like live in your own cul-de-sac. We'll just buy a nice little old, like an old, nice neighborhood in Japan with like a giant well in the middle and some spooky ghost stories. Oh. Regular green massacre. I really miss the harbor. Oh. Oh, Japan's great for a while, but you learn from many others who have learned there. It's a much better experience for visiting than to live there. Really, Kai? You think it's better to visit than to live there? You know, I also hear like there's also like a lot of like salarymen that live horrible lives there. Oh yeah. Hey Harry, how's it going? Long time no see. Oh my god. Yes, this year I have. Wait, you have Pokemon cards? You got Pokemon cards as your trick or treat? What is it, trick or treat and booster? I love that. Damn. I want a Pikachu. Oh, they're a pack of 3? No freaking way. That's freaking sick. They tend to push people out and want to say, oh, I see. And you know what? I will say one thing. I do love living in Canada. There's this Vietnamese dish that's literally my comfort meal. Oh, Vietnamese is my favorite. Mostly because I am Vietnamese. I think it's supposed to be a dish we should make. Ever had bun? Well, technically Zen. Bun is just bun is just like flour starch mixture. Because you can have bông bò, you can have bánh mì, you can have you have a lot actually. Bánh phở. You got But wait, yeah, give me a name for it. I'll read it for you. I did the 3-pack. Oh my god, 3-pack. I would visit your house with 3 different costumes. 4 if I was naked. I'd have 12 cards. I'd have a 12-pack. How's the brainstorming? Oh, you were unknown. I gotcha, Harry. I'm taking a little food break right now. But Harry. Bánh thịt nướng. Oh. See, Zen, I am Vietnamese. Bánh thịt nướng. You're talking about the subs. Yes. Yes. Oh. How's the brainstorm? Look at this. Yeah, exactly. Okay. For anyone who was missing it before, I want you to tell me which brain has Alzheimer's and which brain has dementia. Which brain has dementia and which brain has Alzheimer's? Early onset dementias. The one in the... Did you just say the one in the middle? You want to die? Bunny K. It's time. Bunny K. It's time. Ultimate timeout jutsu. Hold on, let me remove these. Let me do the actual dance here. Still got it. still got it. Wait, that massacre. Buddy K, I told you to time him out, not send him to the shadow realm. Not the shadow realm. Not the red room. Wouldn't you? Omega Rip. Yeah, that's what you. That just serves you right. Sir, yeah, that's right. We only get 5-minute timeouts. All right, and we can't undo it. Okay, let me make a note of that for us. Let me. I'm gonna make a new command. Okay. Let me just make a note of that. Timeout, time intervals. Okay. Well, I made a note of that. I'll build a new system for it because we can't rely on YouTube to do everything for us. All right, not them and their billions of dollars. And we can't undo it. Okay. Okay, no worries, it's fine. Massacre will just sit there in silence. I guess we can shit talk Massacre now, right? He can't defend themselves. Let me tell you guys about the time I met Massacre. You know, he's screaming right now. No. Shh. Let me tell you about the time I met Massacre. We were in the 5th grade. Ah, yes. The 5th grade. I chose a really young time. Call it the 15th grade. We were held back a lot. And we were in the 15th grade together. And yeah, Massacre came up to me. He's like, Kenny, I need to talk to you about something really, really important to me. And I was like, what? And he's like, you can't tell anyone about this. And I was like, Massacre, I promise I'll only tell this story when we're in the darkest of times. Okay, when you're in the shadow realm and you need me to get you out, then I'll tell this story. Anyways, he walked up to me, he's like, Kenny, my pee no go wee wee. I was like, what? What? He's like, my peep. He's like, my pee don't go wee wee. I was like, it's okay. I only have 1 more minute. Oh shit. I was like, I can build you a robot for that. I can build you a robot for that Massacre. Okay. And then I can't shit talk. I can't shit talk people. I'm really bad at shit talking people. What am I hearing? It's a very endearing tale, but you know, Massacre can tell you the Massacre can tell you the right. When Massacre comes back from the very traumatic event that is the Shadow Realm, he can tell you what's going on. Well, I need a full book on this story. You know what? I don't even know why you guys stick around for my tales. He's foaming in the mouth right now. Yeah, he's yeah, foaming at the mouth is a very adept explanation for this. You're right. The Shadow Realm is a dramatic event, not
my butthole.
Rubs hands together. Yeah, you better start rubbing something together. So the PP one works. Yeah. Ask him. I got a Nobel Prize too. Oh, there's no PP counter. I'll fix it. I'll fix the PP counter just for you, Becca. Don't worry. Don't worry, Becca. It's fine.
Content?
Kenny definitely gave me a hand. A robotic hand. Massacre only likes the cold hands. The cold, metallic hands. Okay. Question for you guys. If you were to lose a body part and have it be replaced by a synthetic one with that's a little bit more enhanced, which one would you give up? People who miss these times towards end of stream really do be missing the content. You're really missing the big questions of the night, you know? Your brain? Your brain? What, limbs only? Yeah, you can replace anything. You know? It can replace anything. I saw. Okay. You can replace anything, but it's like a jank replacement. Hey, let me show you this. Let me show you guys this. Oh, I hope this isn't loud. Guys, look at this. I heard a story. I heard a story of a man losing his eye, and then he replaced it with a clap on, clap off flashlight. Did you guys see this story? The clapper. He's just sitting there in the middle of the night, just like this, and just like, 1400 lumens. All right, you guys tell me. Yeah, it's sick. He'd never need his phone. You know, he would never need his phone. Hey, you tell me what you would replace, and I'll tell you what I'll replace it with. Okay. Let's just say you guys were, you know, I don't know. You guys lost a body part for some reason, and you guys came to me, the bone doctor, the bone daddy. Okay. Advanced tech. You want to lose your foot? You know what I would replace your foot with? I think I would replace your foot with a cello. I would replace your foot with a cello. Actually, no, I would replace your foot with a jackhammer. Yeah, a jackhammer. You know, like people have like the restless leg syndrome, where your leg shakes up and down. Yeah, I would replace your foot there with a jackhammer. Restless body syndrome. Let's see, Becca, take my left forearm. You want your left forearm? You know what a turkey baster is? Becca, do you know what a turkey baster is? That's what, yeah. I think a turkey baster would be adept, you know? Think about it. You could squirt sauces. You could squirt, I don't know, like broth and soup. You can go to the desert and hold liquids with. You could be a squirting master. You know, you could be a professional like Spider-Man. You know, that'd be sick. Let's see, left butt cheek. What would you replace that with? I would replace your left butt cheek with. I think your left butt cheek would be. You ever heard of a Roomba? Not the sucking part, but the randomly moving around the room part. You know, as you sit down, you just kind of like slowly just meander through the room, you know? No need to worry about vibration. I'm my own vibe. You can have my left eyeball. Sunshine, you know, like the guy who replaces the eyeball with the flashlight? I know exactly what to replace yours with. You ever heard of a spork? you ever heard of a retractable? It's like a little. You could have like a spork coming out of your eye like this, and wherever you look, you know, wherever you look, you're always ready to eat. And if you're really, really like talented, you could like look down at your mouth and feed yourself. That'd be sick. I'm waiting for someone to say people already call him the squirting master. Who's the squirting master? Oh, yeah. Becca. No, sorry, I took it back. Squirting is not the right word. I meant. What does Spider-Man do? He doesn't squirt out spider webs. What does he do again? What is the word for it? You know, like the. What is that? It's not squirting. Shoots. Yeah, he shoots out. Yeah. Becca's a shooting master. Shooting master, not squirting. Sorry. Redacted. Replace it with a whoopee cushion. I give up my nose, but replacement better be good. You're gonna give up your nose? If you're gonna give up your nose, I think the only appropriate replacement would be like a like a pencil sharpener. Like an electronic pencil sharpener, you know? Think about this. You already equipped with 2 noses, right? Already, one for crayons and one for pencils. You're already equipped. You're equipped. Is it? No, you're already equipped. Yes. Yes. It's already out to print. Yeah. Kenny doesn't think my joke was funny. What was your joke? I think my initial thought was funnier. Oh no. Mine would be a fleshlight, wouldn't it? Oh god, not the fleshlight. Tame yourself, okay? Tame. Tama. You're right. Is it professional? Not a squirter. No. Shooter. But yeah, oh, what a day it's been, guys. What an entire event. I'm a professional. Yeah, professional shooter. Professional shooter. Anyways, now that this thing is starting to go here, I only have 14 hours left on this training. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, but anyways, hopefully in 14 hours nothing goes wrong and we can start testing this thing on Friday. So that's going to be the real ticket item. On Friday's stream, we are going to try to run samples through Eevee. Okay? We're going to try to run samples through Eevee. And now the one thing I started to notice about these brain samples is that there are commonalities between them. White masses, black specks, symmetry is off. All these little things are kind of indicators. Even things like contrast, but that could just be equipment malfunction or equipment differences. But these little things can be like globally applied to a lot of things, including x-rays. X-rays are another big one too. So like people who have like x-rays of their teeth, you know, symmetry is one of those weird ones in the world, but it might be something to look into. But that's what we're gonna test it on Friday's stream. We're actually gonna run this through a bunch of samples and see if Eevee can determine what's happened to people based on their MRI scans. Yeah, but Kenny knows what he's doing. Yeah, exactly. You know, we got things to work on. Wait, Kenny, Eevee doesn't have access to a large scale 3D printer, right? She does have. We have not large scale. I don't even know if that's considered large scale. It's an Ender 3 Pro, so it's not like crazy. Actually incredible. I know, right? So I'm pretty excited for it. We're gonna try to see what she can do on. Oh, you know what I really wish? I sort of wish I had MRI scans of my head. That'd be cool, actually, now that I think about it. You know what? Let me ask. Like, I don't know if I can get in last minute like this, but it'd be really cool. Just go get one. I don't know. But don't you have to book it like well in advance? Hold on. Let me Google that. MRI of brain. Calgary. Oh, offers magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, private MRI. A body scan is $700. $700 for a full body scan? Oh, guys, we don't have the budget for this. We don't have the budget for that. The ink blot test would tell us you're insane. Not the ink blot test. Yeah, did you guys know that a lot of this this protocol is actually based off the inkblot test system that we initially developed? I've met my out of pocket. I'll go do it. Way cheaper than America? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you guys have to pay more to get an MRI. That's insane. Okay, maybe not. I thought it would just be interesting. My one was well over 2K. Oh my god. My insurance, it's free because I've already paid oh, insurance, yeah. 1,500? 1,500? What the heck? You know, in Canada, public MRIs, I think they're free. Hold on. MRIs free in Canada. Yeah. Public healthcare system in Canada covers MRI services. Yeah. It's just, yeah, there's just a long wait list. Huh. Go Canada. I've had several though, so who knows I've actually spent. MRIs here are free, which is why I was able to give you so many of mine. I had 2 babies completely free in America. America, the freedom babies. If you have your health card, okay. I think it's the same here. Okay, good. I think it's private MRIs that are like rush order, you know, next day kind of things. I think those cost money. Oh my god, have you guys seen a game called Suika? Oh my god. I don't have it, but oh my god, have you guys seen it lately? My baby wasn't free, the heck? Wait, what do you mean by free? My baby wasn't free. What the heck? What do you mean by free babies? There's a Halloween version where you make a pumpkin instead of a watermelon. Oh, that's cute. That's super cute.
Hello. Welcome. Matt.efxart. Missing path.
Oh. The waiting periods in Canada aren't actually that bad. They go based on priority to urgency. I've had several tests done for me to help figure out my long COVID. Really? I had government insurance, so I made it free. Oh, I had a child and it costed money. Oh. Okay, hold on. Wait, what? Hold on, somebody. Wait. Somebody explain this to me. if you have a kid, you need to pay? Man, in Asia, that's the opposite. You get a kid and you just earn yourself a new source of income. Like, what? That's how my mom explained it to me. Third kid costs $2K because that's out of pocket. You have to pay money to have kids in the US? Yeah, you pay for the... Wait. You're paying for the kid, or you paying for like the sperm? Excuse my my ignorance here. I don't know. I don't understand. Like you give birth and then like they like give you your baby and an invoice. Like, what? But you raised it and you gave it nutrients. You carried it around for 9 months. Oh, you're paying for the medical staff. Oh, giving birth in America costs $18,000 on average for pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum care. Oh, you had to pay for all that. Oh shit. Postpartum depression. What is that? You're paying for the medical staff. Yeah. Oh, they sent you an invoice in the mail. Congratulations on your baby. You know, it'll be $18,000. All the checkups and everything costs money, yeah? Oh, right. America. All your checkups. I forgot. All your checkups cost money, don't they? When you go to the doctor. Oh, I forgot. Wow. I am so privileged. Oh my goodness. I am so privileged. I'm forgive me. I will educate myself. This is why many states limited access to birth control and abortion, so politically charged. PPD is bad. Some women can't handle having a baby because of the lifestyle disruptions. Really? I you know what? I gotta say, mothers are the toughest people on the planet. Mothers are the toughest people on the planet. I'm not saying like, you know, like men aren't tough, but mothers got it rough in their own way. Men, we just go to work the factories, and we just gotta go work the, you know, we just go work the I don't know, oil rig jobs. I don't know what we do. Whatever we do. But damn. Check good eats? What's good eats? Check good eats. Oh, the Discord channel. Or make evil. Yeah, gotcha. Oh my god, Becca, shut the front door. Is that a Gengar booster pack? Pokemon booster pack? Shut the hula hula. Get out of here, brain scan. I need to talk about this. Oh my god. D-hands, hold on, it's so enhanced. D-hands, yo, why did you send me something so thick? D-hands, D-hands, D-hands. D-hands. I'm gonna be here for the next year dehancing this. Ugh. 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 There we go. Finally, it's humongous. Wow, dude. I never had such good trick-or-treats when I was growing up. Wow. Oh, I remember growing up as a kid. This was before. Okay, let me tell you guys a story about Halloween. Okay, let me tell you guys my Halloween childhood. When I was a kid growing up, my mom and dad took me out trick-or-treating. Now, my parents were very tactical, very smart, and I think I would do this in the future for my kids as well. But this is what they did. My dad would drive the car around the entire neighborhood as me, my brother, and my mom walked to each house trick-or-treating. Now, this is before we learned of the American Canadian method, which is to use your pillowcase as a trick-or-treating bag, right? So we always used white plastic bags. We'd always use white plastic bags, and I would fill up my plastic bag, right? And we would go to the trunk of my dad's Buick, and we would unload into his trunk. And then we'd go and get more and more candy and come back and fill up the back of the Buick on the trunk of his Buick. But when I think about it, my mom literally walked the entire time, and my dad drove the entire time, and we were out for like 4 hours, and we didn't just go to the boring neighborhoods. No, my parents took me to the rich neighborhoods. That's where the good shit was. Oh my god. I remember one time, guys, this one family gave us a Toblerone bar. Like it was like the size like that thick and like that long. It was a giant Toblerone bar. Like that thing was easily $8. Easily $8 worth of chocolate. But yeah, oh my god, that was great. Oh, I love that. Oh, I miss my parents now. I get whole sodas. Shut up. They gave you Coke Zero? You got dental floss once? That's the good family. A whole Toblerone? Yeah, a whole Toblerone. And you know what my dad said? My dad said, "Oh, we can." Okay. My dad's hilarious, by the way, because I remember him telling me this story. He's like, I remember when we got the Toblerone bar, and like the first thing I thought of was like, wow, the Toblerone bar has like, it's a 12-piece Toblerone bar. That means we could give one piece to each child who comes by our own house. My dad was gonna repurpose my Halloween candy. It's just so economically feasible. My dad was so funny. He's like, that's 12 trick-or-treaters right there. That's 12. Oh. Come trick-or-treat with us. Take you to places with homemade scones and cans of sodas. Oh, scones, soda. Wow. I miss going trick-or-treat. No, the trick is to bring a pillowcase to dump your candy in, so every house thinks you haven't gotten any yet. That's smart. That's probably what my mom was doing, Bunny K. Oh my god. I never did much trick-or-treating. No, you didn't do trick-or-treating? Oh no, my life dream was to be shifted. I wanted to go trick-or-treat in a country. Oh, you gotta go trick-or-treating at least once. You know? I remember going trick-or-treating in high school when I was too old to trick-or-treat. And like every house made you dance. Oh, you guys know I shook my booty. I had the dance. I would do anything for the candy. Anything at all. You got your light on, I will be there dancing. Halloween is slowly being celebrated more here. That's good, Bunny K. I love Halloween. Even in the city department, we got 2 trick-or-treaters last year. Heck yeah. Okay. You know what I used to do, guys? If Halloween came around every year, and it was still warm in my neighborhood, what I usually do is I usually hide out somewhere in the backyard, and I wouldn't try to scare the kids. I would try to scare the parents. Yes, it's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy in this world. Nothing makes you feel better than scaring a kid, except scaring a full-blown adult. That's the shit right there. Trick or treats. I just parent text my kids now. Good. Robert, your dad would steal your chips? Oh no, Robert. Not the chips. Those are the best parts. The giant chip bags? Oh my god. Oh, sorry. I just had a memory. I remember one house I went to. They opened a giant Costco bag of chips and it just poured chips into my bag. I remember. I just unlocked a core memory. Oh my god. I remember. A little bit for you. A little bit for you. Get out of here, kids. I just remembered that happened. That's hilarious. I like chocolate. Chocolate's one of my favorites. My core memory. Let's see. Someone asked me about a snow day. Hold on. Do you remember those snow day trick-or-treatings? Oh my god. Trick-or-treating in the snow. You wear your costume, and on top of your costume, you wear your jacket. You wear your snow winter clothing. Oh. Early 2000s costumes were so creepy because you needed long sleeves. You know? Those were the days. Those were the days. Anyways, guys. Whew, we have come up to the end of today's stream. We're going to... Oh, I need your help with something, actually. Hold on. There's one more thing. I read in the Discord that... I think this is Matt's suggestion in the Discord here. But conversational. Eevee being conversational. And I thought about this last night when I was waiting for this this model to train. And I think we might try something, guys. I think we might try something on Friday as well. Conversational Eevee mode. So I think we're going to try the MRI thing in the first half and then conversational Eevee in the second half. So what I want you guys to do is start thinking about questions to trick her up. Okay? Have questions ready for Friday's stream because I do want to test this conversational system. Have some questions. Have some conversation starters ready on Friday, okay, guys? It could be anything. Have that ready for Friday as well, because I'm going to try to do a twofold on Friday. But anyways, that is going to be it for today's stream, guys. I hope you guys had a lovely, lovely Wednesday. It is so cold here, and my truck was completely frozen. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for coming aboard to the YouTube train. I hope you guys had a lovely Wednesday. Have things ready for Friday's testing, because as soon as this is ready to rock and roll, we're just gonna go right into it. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys go eat some good food. Stay warm out there, and yeah, be cool to each other. If you'd like, you can always join the Discord. That's where I am. That's where you can ask questions. That's where you can chill out with the rest of the community. And guys, I will see you nerds on Friday. Okay, Friday. Have everything ready. And I will see you nerds next time. Bye. Oh, okay. Please work.
Content, baby.
Okay. Okay, bye.